The issue of quarantining between the states, I guess with COVID-19 we've had people quarantining, but we've got the circumstance of fruit and vegetable quarantining, and largely we see that as the fruit fly inspections which South Australia has on the borders with Victoria, particularly at Yamba and at Pinaroo, but there is also a control point at Ceduna which sees fruit that comes in from Western Australia controlled into South Australia. Largely that is to keep fruit fly out. Well, we've had a serious incident again where fruit has entered the South Australian supermarkets from Victoria, which was fruit fly infected. And again, this is really an important thing because supermarkets around South Australia have found that there's been a recall where authorities are confident that they have this under control. But it comes back to this whole issue and the controversial circumstances that South Australia put in place. Its Agriculture Minister and its State Premier and all sorts of directives have been given about the broccoli directive, where school students were told by the Agricultural Minister to not bring fruit to school, but instead bring alternatives like broccoli. Yes, that's right. Well, the advice was revised later with some chuckles around the horticulture sector, but the incident is no laughing matter, and now with the Victorian fruit that's come in, the situation is that the biosecurity standards have then been breached, and therefore there is a whole range of other things. We talked yesterday about international freight and shipping and the devastating diseases and pests that could ruin our economy and the billion-dollar industry. You have to go back to things that could be transferred between states, not just internationally, but into our state, like phylloxera, which was wiping out swathes of the Victorian wine industry and many of their grape varieties years ago. It didn't get its way into South Australia at the time, and that's why the Barossa Valley today has a lot of old vines in its parts, and that it's still able to produce some of those beautiful vintages, which Victoria now can't because of phylloxera. And we've been attempting to get some detail about what the situation is currently with the fruit in the supermarkets from the Agriculture Minister's office in South Australia, also from the Victorian side as to how something like this from their perspective could happen. And we'll let you know more as the details come to hand.